Hi Rob, good to have you back today.
Thanks, Ivan.
Great. So this week we've got a series of short videos. It's all about sort of preparing for interviews. The first question I've got for you, Rob, is how do you prepare for an interview?
Thanks, Ivan. Well, first of all, check the basics. Don't take things for granted. You've got to make sure that you understand and know who you're meeting. LinkedIn's great for finding out people's backgrounds and common ground with people. You need to know, of course, where you're going and how you're going to get there. Nothing worse than being late or having a panic for the bus, the traffic, car parking overall. So please make sure you check the basics. I think at the moment as well, if you're actually meeting someone face to face, it's okay to ask them about their hygiene and sort of physical distance measures in their office facility as well. You don't just want to walk in, try and shake hands and stand right next to somebody. Just make sure you understand the protocols that every business has got in place at the moment as well. Next, do your research on the business. What they do, what their mission and purpose is, what their USP, their unique selling point is, and also check out the competition. You know, quite a lot of people, they will know that you've researched their business, but they'll also maybe ask you what you know about their industry or their competition within that industry overall as well. You can check out what people say about them as well. So you can check out what employees have said about that business by using something like Glassdoor or maybe comments on some social media. But please take these with a pinch of salt. I do think that sometimes, the people who do comment on an actual employer's sort of worth and culture sometimes are the ones that have had maybe a bad experience rather than a good one. But check out what the consumer might say as well. Trustpilot, TripAdvisor, Google, there's lots of different review sites around, and most different industries are reviewed by their consumers overall. So check out what people are saying about them as well. Also, be prepared to answer a question about how they'd benefit from having you work for them. This is about you and your skills, and does your attitude and your culture fit? Does your skills and experience fit with the role as well? So just think about how they would benefit from having you work for them. And also, it's okay to ask in advance about things that you don't know. There's no point going for a role at 18,000 when you're looking for 35,000, but don't be shy asking up front, because what you don't want to do is waste their or your time. It's okay to ask in advance as well, Ivan, just to make sure that you understand what type and style of interview there might be, whether it's going to be online, whether it's going to be face-to-face, whether it's going to be competency or assessment, or maybe just an informal chat over a coffee. But it's good to ask in advance.
Great. And what if it's a phone or video interview? How would you prepare then?
Well, I think for your actual preparation, it'll be the same. Your research and your background stuff is going to be pretty much the same as if you're going face to face. Obviously, I reckon probably about 80% of interviews now are over Zoom or MS Teams or something similar. So please make sure that you have the tech. If you're using a mobile phone or you're using a laptop or an iPad, just make sure the tech works, and also that you understand how to use it as well. None of these are really too in-depth, but they can be confusing when you've got the added anxiety of having an interview as well. Do a couple of practice runs, make sure you understand how the tech works. Also, make sure your background and lighting is suitable. Hopefully you'll see Ivan and I today, we've got the lights on, something in the background of interest. We don't want something with a load of pot plants and the cat running around in the background. So just make sure it is suitable for an interview scenario, and just have a test run again with your lighting just to make sure it's okay. I often recommend that people have their laptop in front of the wall. So what you can find is that my laptop here at the moment, right behind it, there's a blank wall, and I'll have some notes around where the camera is overall. So I can, without looking too far away, left or right, I can actually look at the post-its, which might have some prompts in it for me as well. I often find as well, if you switch off your self view as well, there's nothing worse than staring at yourself in an interview or talking to yourself. And understand that active listening is really important. Sometimes when you're at home and on a Zoom call, there's things going on around and about, something out the window, something your housemates, your family in the background, but just make sure you're actively listening so you can really get to understand what the interviewer is saying as well. And that make sure at the start of the interview as well, just check that they can see and hear you okay. Nothing worse than getting stuck into your first great answer in an interview and they decide that you've suddenly gone on mute or your camera's not working. And think about it like this: deliver your interview as if it was face-to-face. Although physically you're not in the same place, you are face-to-face, so you should perform and deliver that interview just exactly the same.
Great. Well, that's some great hints and tips there, Rob. I'll look forward to the second series soon. But thanks for today, and I'll catch you soon.
No problem, Ivan. Don't forget as well, we've put some bumper resources together for you guys to have a look at as well. So if you can check out the link that's coming up, there'll be some really useful information for you to follow up as well.
Great. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Ivan.